Yeah, man. I just don't even argue with them. I do not argue with the Sony ponies, man. I mean, because I already know what's up. They're gonna find every little crack and little seep hole that they can just crawl through like a little rat, you know. And that's what Sony does best. Rat on, bust on everybody else. So it's okay, like I was saying before, it's okay for them to go down to Brazil and snitch on Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and say, oh, they're a monopoly. We can't find a competitor. We will never be able to make a game as big as Call of Duty. Once this Activision Blizzard deal goes through, they're gonna knock everybody off the map because we think they're gonna make it exclusive. Now, being that said, guys, let me ask you guys a pretty fair question. Being that Sony have locked down Spider-Man, Wolverine, all of the Spider-Mans from here on out, they pretty much locked them down. Gatekeeping, doing all these exclusive backdoor deals. Wouldn't it be fair to say that it would be okay for Xbox to at least lock down Call of Duty? At least that game. I think after all this bad news, all this drama been coming out, I told you guys, Sony is a drama queen. I mean, their brand revolves around drama, politics, you know, back and forth, console wars. This is what they do. They're toxic. They feed off of this stuff. So by you guys doing this, it's just feeding their egos. It's just boosting them up. Like, yes, we're in the medias. People talking about us. They're the bully. Sony loves being the bully. And now they're pimping their own fan base like some little beta simps because their hypergamy kicked in at such a high rate. You get what I'm saying? You're always seeking the next best thing, the next best, you know, person to bully. That's what they keep doing. And it's the creators and the fan base. They had no other leverage. The movies, they're so-so. They're doing okay. The games is the bread and butter. That's their gold mine. Their tech with the phones and everything, I don't know. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a call, but you know, the thing about it, man, it's crazy because they have one of the most loyal fan bases I ever seen on planet Earth. Like, you cannot pull a Sony fanboy, a Sony pony away from Sony. Like, they will back them into the end. They will go down with them like the Titanic. I'm telling you, bro. And we already know Sony is a Decepticon. Like, so they're just poisoning all of these fans' minds and they're just brainwashing them because they have the DNA. They found the recipe to these exclusive AAA bangers, and it's hard to resist. It's like a beautiful model that every man wants. You just can't resist her. So that's pretty much what's going on here. They just can't not resist these AAA bangers, and they're going to rock behind them because they don't think Xbox can do it. But when they start seeing the AAA bangers come dropping next year, I'm trying to tell you guys, it's going to be a whole different ball game. I promise you that. Mark my words. It's going to be a whole different ball game. And so that's why Sony is trying to beat Xbox to the punch and milk any and everybody out of their money in their pockets now, because they know once come next year, it's pretty much over. It's Game Pass. Yo, what have I been telling you guys? Sony is greedy, grimy, shady, and always scheming some way, somehow. What did I tell you? Bro? Like, there's no way. Are you serious right now? Really? You screwed over 9 million some people. I mean, what have I been trying to tell these Sony fanboys, these Decepticons, since day one? These ponies, I've been trying to tell them, Sony, I'm telling you, they have so much faith in these people. Yo, do not trust Sony. Do not trust Sony, bro. 5 billion? They screwed over 9 million people. 9 to 10. It's probably way more, but they just haven't reported it yet. So it's more probably like 20. You know, but they haven't reported everything yet. So we're going to find out. The news is just going to keep dropping. Right now, Sony is officially the gaming industry villain. And I don't care what no Sony fanboy has to say. Y'all know Sony is the villain of gaming and movies. I can't with them right now. Yo, really? 5 billion? You ripped off 5 billion people? How long would it take? And it's been going on since like 2016, 2015, 2016. It probably have been going on a lot longer in different countries, but I think the UK have caught up with it because, you know, other countries probably just don't have the lawyers and the funding to really fight Sony like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're probably going to hear some more stories about the actual numbers that really came out. There may be way more people got ripped off. 5 billion. Come on, fanboys. Come on, Sony fanboy. Really? Like, you can't even defend this one, bro. Like, you can say, oh, well, Xbox don't care about their fans either because they weren't making games in Xbox One generation and this, that, and the third. And, you know, they're trying to say all this little crazy stuff. Bro, you can't defend. At this point, bro, you cannot defend this, bro. I don't care what you say. Come on now, the proof is in the pudding now. Now, come on. Like my cousin always say, man, something in the milk ain't clean. So, and right now, all Sony fanboys keep doing is beating the dead horse. They're not gonna change, bro. You want them to change so bad. They're not gonna change, bro. This is what they do. And like I said before, they've been doing this for years. This lying, scheming, greedy, grimy stuff they've been doing. I've been telling you guys since I started dropping these hits and these bangers and trying to update you guys on what's been going on in these gaming streets. But now someone finally probably heard me crying out saying something needs to be done. This $70 price tag is starting to make sense why they are charging $70. From what I'm hearing is they wanted to charge an extra 30% on, I think, like gaming creators and like to do like probably cross plays and stuff like that, to do multiplayer stuff, because they are a single player AAA banger making console. So whenever somebody comes with a new idea, they wants to basically tax you extra 30%. So that's the problem here. And they're trying to say that, oh, well, you know, other people are doing it. Then I heard people trying to bring Apple and Samsung into it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, we're in the gamer industry, not in the mobile industry. You know, far as I know, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo and cloud gaming is what's the thing now in PlayStation. But for Sony to take it to this level, bro, like I said before, they are portraying their fan base. First of all, they're blocking other companies from bringing games to other developers. Like how are you blocking games from coming to Xbox Game Pass? Because you want to stay at the top of your game and you weren't doing it right. I told you in another video, I say do not follow behind Sony. They are not doing it the right way. They're schemers. They're crooked. Nobody's going to really buy into this. Eventually they're going to catch up. We have too many ways of catching crooks now, and Sony is one of the biggest crooks. And they've been doing it for so long, bro. It's just finally about time they're getting, you know, all dark comes to light. And I know a lot of those Sony pony Decepticons don't want it. They don't want to hear it. They're still gonna stand up. Oh well, Xbox doing this. They're gonna try to change the whole subject and talk about something totally different. They're gonna, oh, Game Pass is this. Game Pass is a monopoly. They're trying to be a monopoly. No, you have to earn. You have to at least earn. Excuse me, I'm tongue twisted. You have to own at least 80 to 85% of the industry, which Microsoft does not. So you have other people out there that's coming up in the game that they really need to be worried about, and not just Microsoft. You get what I'm saying? So that right now it's a jungle out here. It's a dog fight, and I've been trying to tell you guys, it only gets worse because Sony have so many ways now of scheming, you know, and it's crazy because they have so many ways of scheming and being online and grimy and finding new ways and hackers to pretty much always bypass the system. So they pretty much went out their way to block people, you know what I'm saying, from finding out what they've been doing for years. But somebody finally caught on to what they were doing, because they have access. Either somebody got fired, either it was a bad business deal, either a gaming creator told on them, somebody complaining. Word got out that Sony was doing this greedy, grimy stuff, and bro, $5 billion. I cannot get over this right here. $5 billion. You messed over 9 million plus people, dedicated fans. I'm not talking about fanboys, Sony ponies. I'm talking about real diehard fans are mixed in there too, bro. It's just like, it don't make any sense. Man, that is crazy. I'm talking about, think about that. Now, all these Sony fanboys thinking that Sony wants to listen to them. First of all, they're making movies instead of games. They're doing blocking rights. Now they're beating and cheating their own fan base out of an extra 30%. Then the $70 price tag. I mean, when are they gonna learn, bro? Like, they might as well just cross over to PC and Game Pass now, bro. Just stop supporting it, because that's the only way you make people change. Like, they won't change because the diehard Sony ponies, they won't stop supporting stuff that we know that's wrong because they're brainwashed. And I get it. Once you're brainwashed, you're pretty much done for. Nobody can really tell you anything. You like, everybody, you are pretty much against anything anybody is telling you, and you're pretty much going to back everything Sony does up. The blocking rights, all of the exclusive deals behind the scenes, the exclusive deals that they're doing. They're locking down games. Think about it. Spider-Man should not have been locked down from the jump. These developers probably would have made double the amount that they were looking for anyways, but due to the fact that Sony don't listen to their fan base, they don't even listen to the creators. The gaming creators can't even get through to them. The people that actually are making the games are complaining. They're making the games, bro. The people that are making the games are complaining about Sony. Do you guys get what I'm trying to tell you? I'm pretty sure the Xbox fanboys understand it, but the Sony fanboy, they'll never get it. Now the fans will, because they will understand, okay, man, I don't think this is the right move, because later on down the line, this is going to come back to bite them. You're going to have companies wanting to work more with Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and just come out with live streaming games for streaming services and subscription service more so than just creating a one and done game on a hard copy disc or a digital copy. They may actually want to work with Game Pass instead of PS Plus. First of all, they don't even want you to they don't even want to do day and date on PS Plus, and now I'm seeing why. Because they're jipping, they don't have to. But they wanted to play like at first they needed to, but really if you're getting an extra 30%, that's actually making up the profit that you would need to bring to your subscription service. But that right there is just a cover up by them bringing older games to PS Plus that's like probably like 2-3 years old, you know, which that's not bad. I like PS Plus. I just, like I said before, guys, I'm not against PlayStation. I'm against Sony. I never liked the way when they changed their mindset and the direction that they were going with the company. I really don't know who's in charge, but I'm gonna find out who's really calling the shots so I can get a better understanding. I need to get a better understanding on why Sony is moving in this corrupted direction that they're going in. It's so destructive that this can actually ruin their company, damage the brand, and I really just need to know, man, what in the world are they really thinking? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're thinking. You know, the crazy thing is, bro, like Sony, these Decepticons are actually pimping the Sony fanboys like some beta simps, you know, because you know that hypergamy done kicked in, man. They always looking for the next best thing, and it's a shame that so many innocent people have to pay, you know, overcharge fees, you know, things that they're not even bringing things to the table, putting them on the table to make people even want to go out their way, you know, and do more for Sony. Like Sony have gotten so crazy with this aggravating gatekeeping low down line scheming tactics that they've been doing for so many years, and it finally caught up to them. 5 billion? Really? These Decepticons overcharge people $5 billion? Really? And the Sony and these Sony fanboys are saying, oh no, they didn't do anything wrong. Really? How y'all gonna back this one up? What have I been telling y'all since day one? How y'all gonna back this one up? I need to know what are they gonna say now? Oh, you know, they did it because they wanted to make the games better quality. And you mean to tell me this right here was going on in the PS4 days, and it rolled over to the PS5 days, from what I'm hearing. So what, 2016 or so, somewhere around that time. So you're gonna say, oh, they needed the money then? So from far as I know, they jacked the price up to $70 that everybody been having a problem with. So that's stealing from the fan base. They're stealing from the fans there. I'm telling you, man, it's been going down in these gaming streets. I'm talking about either every day or every other day. I've been hearing something just low down and grimy from Sony, and it's about time somebody stepped in and say, okay, enough is enough. You guys have been getting over time and time and time again, and we're tired of it. And we're definitely not going to stand for it anymore. We're just definitely not going to stand for it anymore, and we're going to put our foot down and stop these Decepticons, because they are just ripping fans off left and right, and nobody was saying anything. You know why? You know why nobody was saying anything? Because they had the DNA. Like, they had the recipe to these AAA bangers, and all of the fan base was eating it up like a buffet. So of course, when you have a good product, you can push it to the limit. Don't get me wrong. No one can touch their single player story driven games. We know that. That's their DNA. But if it wasn't for the developers, you wouldn't have that DNA. From what I'm hearing, they're screwing over developers as well. So it's not just the fan base, bro. It's not just the fan base. It's the developers too. And it took someone to finally step in and stand up for what's right. And these Sony ponies, these little beta simps that's getting pretty much pimped by Sony, these Sony ponies, they just, you can't talk to them. They're backing everything up. Like, Sony's just like the best thing since sliced bread, okay? And I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. And make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be updated on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And peace.